Hello everyone, my name is Rob Burgio and I'm very happy today to be sharing the curtain fringe. That's right, we are going to talk about the very popular curtain fringe and we're going to go step by step with our beautiful model today. We're going to start with cutting it wet, and then after that we're going to dry it, and then we're going to cut it dry. There's different elements and different reasons why we would cut it wet and then cut it dry as well. So I'll show you some different techniques on both ends of it. So why would someone even choose a curtain fringe? Why does someone want a curtain fringe over something else? So a curtain fringe can be used in a ton of different ways. First of all, it has a ton of versatility. You could wear it right down the center, or you could wear it off the center a little bit as well. It's much less of a commitment than a regular full type of fringe or arch fringe. And the reason being because it's a lot longer on the sides, so it's much easier to grow out because of that. And a curtain fringe could be for someone who has longer hair or medium type hair, and they're so bored and they're like, I don't want a real fringe. I don't want, shorter layers. I want to keep my length. What do I do to those clients that want change, but they don't want to really cut that much change? So a curtain fringe could be a great way to give them a nice refreshing change without a drastic loss of hair length. So a great way to give your clients a little something different. So let's talk about the curtain fringe, and the first thing we're going to do is talk about the sectioning. How do we choose the depth? How thick of a section should this be? That's the first question, right? And if you see a lot of Pinterest right now and what's happening, you'll see these curtain fringe are super thick. They're actually going past the top point of the head here a little bit. So you can get it as thick as you want, of course, but I'll give you, an indication on how I approach it. And I always like to use my comb here. You can see our lovely model here. We have this fringe sectioned out right here. And I'm going to show you how we created it and how I usually get my good starting point to start this fringe. Now it's time to find our section. We laid the comb right on top of the head, went corner to corner. We got our nice heavy fringe. Then we took a central vertical parting and used diagonal sections. That's right, side to side, diagonal sections from that center part. We are going to work side to side. We're going to comb it straight down with zero elevation. You'll see my fingers start pointing right to the ceiling, and we are cutting a square line, zero elevation, and here you go. That's our first cut. And we're going to take that a little bit shorter. The whole point is to try to leave as much length on the sides while keeping that middle a little shorter. Now we're going to work on the other side, and we are using the guide from our first cut and cut right to that guide, zero elevation, working side to side, diagonal sections. This time, we're combing it straight out from the head, and we are adding a little bit of elevation this time. Yep, so combing it straight out, adding a little bit of elevation, and continuing to cut that square line. Again, working side to side, doing the same thing, adding a little elevation. Again, another section, combing it straight down. This time, we're adding a little bit more elevation. What this elevation doing is adding a little bit of bevel or graduation on the perimeter. So when we flip it back, it's going to look beautiful and have a nice flow to it. So we only have one more section to go using our Varus water bottle. And we are combing it straight down, a little bit more elevation, some over direction. Keeping the length on the sides, shorter in the middle. And there you go, looking beautiful. Step 2, time to cut on dry hair. That's right, we're going to take a central vertical section. We're going to over direct it towards the hairline, and we are going to start point cutting into a square type of line. We're just going to break up that whole perimeter out there. So again, we are over directing everything towards the hairline and just do some nice deep point cutting. Let's break up that line. Let's lighten it up. This is also going to give a little shorter lengths in the middle and just lighten up the entire fringe, add a little more movement. Now we are taking perpendicular sections from that center parting and continuously moving from short to long in a very steep angle. Yep, just continuously moving. Now we are going to go to the opposite side. This time out, starting on the back, continuously moving, short to long, short to long. That's right, and there you go. Now, just a little bit of deep point cutting, and we are all set. Our final little step would be a little flat ironing and using my favorite texture spray. This is called Dry Boost by Creative Texture in the style sign Goldwell. Just utilizing a little bit of the spray. It's such a soft spray. And by the way, this thing does a couple different things. Not only does it give you a little bit of texture, but this also protects your hair up to 392 degrees from any hot tools whatsoever. Flat iron, dryers, curling iron. And it'll also help keep your curl intact for a much longer period of time. And it's also just a great finisher. So it has many different things. So you could just see, just by utilizing a little of this without even an iron, how it just separates from the face beautifully. Same thing on this side. Just a little bit of that. And just doing a little bit of twist on the opposite side. Boom. We have a gorgeous, gorgeous curtain fringe for this lady. She looks incredible. She could wear it to the side. She could wear it to the center. Utilizing a little bit of our spray here. That's all we used on her today. So what do you think, guys? Is she gorgeous? You guys, thank you for checking out my video. And again, I hope you like the curtain fringe because I think she looks pretty gorgeous, don't you? Thanks, guys. Have a great day.